Missy broke the rules. I know, and I saw you. We take the ramp. Not calling you out, Missy, or anything.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יללי יללי לללי. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יללי יללי לללי. Let's hear you guys. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יללי יללי לללי. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יללי יללי די 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 די.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It is great to see everyone here tonight. Tonight we're going to be celebrating Shabbat. We're going to be honoring the month of Elul. And of course, we're going to be kicking off the celebration of the B'nai Mitzvot of two wonderful young people, Noah and Sky. Big round of applause for the two of them. Tonight, they're going to be coming forward in a few minutes to lead us in a prayer, to help us light the candles. And tomorrow, they're going to be leading us in an entire service. And I am looking forward to it. I've known these two young people since they were very, very, very young. So we are quickly approaching the High Holy Days. And so we are entering, or we have entered the month of Elul. We entered it on Saturday night. And the month of Elul is a time of reflection. So I want to begin with a short moment, a historical moment, to remind us what point in the Torah we are at. So we've got to talk about Moses and the Israelites. We have to go back to the point where Moses takes a hike up a mountain the second time. First time, got the Ten Commandments, saw the Israelites worshiping the golden calf, What does Moses do? He takes the Ten Commandments. Thank you, Jerry, in the back. He's already doing this. And he throws them on the ground in anger. Now, though, we're at the second trip up that mountain. The first trip, as we know, ended badly for the Israelites. But this time, we hope at least, that the Israelites would wait patiently, that they would retain their faith. They wouldn't turn to idols. They wouldn't get waylaid. And they were hoping that this faith, or God was hoping that this faith would grow as Moses joined God on Mount Sinai. And tradition teaches us that Moses started this journey on the first day of the Jewish month of Elul. Thank you very much. And for each day he didn't return, the people's emotions and self-reflections deepened. And by the 39th day, sadly, the people were distraught. They thought that God and Moses had forgotten them. So what did they do? They decided to dedicate that day to fasting and praying. And what do we call that day? Yom Kippur. Thank you. Jordan was the first one. Great. But then at the end of that 40th day, according to our biblical tradition, as the sun was about to set, who shows up? Moses. And he was holding on to the second set of what? The Ten Commandments. You guys are great tonight. This 40-day period is our period of reflection. And it starts on the first day of Elul, which began Saturday night, and it ends as the sun sets on Yom Kippur. And 40 within Judaism is a mystical number. We wandered the desert for 40 years. The spies went into the land of Canaan for 40 days. It rained during Noah's time for 40 days. We have this number 40 over and over and over again. It's a magical number. But at this point, the number 40 means to us reflection. We begin to reflect. This 40-day period, well, the idea is that we aren't just diving into Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. The idea is that we're beginning to think about who we are, who we want to be, and how we should relate to one another and to society. And so tonight we're going to be focusing on Elul. We're going to be talking about how you prepare yourself for these 40 days of reflection. And hopefully later on with the sound of the shofar, it'll actually open up your heart. Begin discovering who you are and who you want to be. We're going to continue our service on page 128 with Yedid Nefesh.
ידיד נפש, אהבה רחמן, משוכבתך אל רצונך, ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל, ישתחווה אל מול דרך, ירב לו ידידותך, מנופת צוף כל טעם. הדור נאה זיו העולם, נפשי חולת אהבתך. אנא אל נא רפא נעלה בהעולה, נועם זיווך, אז תתחזק ותתרפא, והיית לה שמחת עולם. לעולם. יאללה לי לי רי רי, יאללה לי רי רי רי, יאללה רי 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 רי, יאללה לי רי רי רי, יאללה לי רי רי רי, יאללה לי רי 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 רי, יאללה לי רי רי רי, יאללה רי 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 רי, yalla lai rai 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 rai, yalla rai 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 rai, yalla rai 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 rai, yalla rai 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 rai.
Tradition teaches us that Rosh Hashanah is the birthday of the world. On Rosh Hashanah, the heavenly light was made. And our Torah teaches that before creation, there was only tohu vavohu. There was only chaos. And so if we look at our 40-day tradition, that's where we are right now. We are 6 days into chaos. We are 24 days before that first day of creation. And it makes sense because metaphorically, our souls are in a state of chaos. And so before we can even begin to repair relationships with others, we need to seek out the presence of God, to let God into our souls. But where is God? How do we seek God out? Where can holiness be found, and how can it fill our lives? So our tradition helps us with this. It teaches us to recite or to sing Psalm 27 every day during the month of Elul. So if you turn to page 662, and we'll be singing from that page in a moment, you're going to see a small selection from Psalm 27. It's verse 4. And it reads, "One thing I ask of Adonai, only that do I seek, to live in the house of Adonai all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of Adonai, and to frequent God's temple." This verse, it reminds us that our hope is to find stability and holiness. And so we have to ask, can we manage to keep our eyes on goodness and then to do goodness? Can we live in God's home, acting in godly ways? This prayer is called Achat Sha'alti, one thing I ask. And it asks for the strength to find goodness, to find godliness, to find holiness. So we will now turn to page 662 and sing Achat Sha'alti.
אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה אבקש. אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה אבקש. שבתי בבית אדוני כל ימי חיי, לחזות בנועם בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בחלום. לחזות בנועם בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בחלום. אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה אבקש. אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה אבקש.
Turn to page 138 for Lachado D. It's time for us to welcome the Sabbath bride into our hearts and into our lives. Today we are doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, rising on verse 9 and facing the back door as the Sabbath bride enters our sanctuary.
Lechadodi likra kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi קרקלה, פני שבת נקבלה, שמור וזכור, בדיבור אחד השמיענו, אל המיוחד אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה, לך תודי לי קרקלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך תודי לי קרקלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נשוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך תודי לי קרקלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך תודי לי קרקלה, פני שבת נקבלה, התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בא אורך, קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה, לך תודי לי קרקלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך תודי לי קרקלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה, ובצוהלה תוך אמונה עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך תודי לי קרקלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך תודי לי קרקלה, פני שבת נקבלה, ילאי ראי 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 ראי, ילאי ראי 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 ראי, ילאי ראי ראי ראי, ילאי ראי ראי.
You may be seated. We turn to page 142 for Shalom Aleichem. We just had a Sabbath bride enter our sanctuary. Now we're going to ask angels to join her. These angels come to every sanctuary and every home each and every Friday night. They come and they bless us, and then they move on to the next house and to the next sanctuary. Shalom Aleichem. Let us welcome these angels.
שלום עליכם, מלאכי השרת, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. בואכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. הקדוש ברוך הוא, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Noah and Sky, can you bring your father, your brother, and any other family members that you would like to come forward to light our Shabbat candles? Come on forward. As we light these candles, they become a gateway to which angels and our Shabbat bride enter our lives and enter our hearts. Got the more difficult one, huh?
Lai 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 lai. Yalla lai 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 lai. Yalla lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner v'tzivanu lehadlik ner v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
There are many traditions that we are taught to observe that occur during the month of Elul. And usually at our first entering Elul service, our first service when Elul started, I remind people of these traditions. The idea is they're supposed to help you reflect. And I wrote an article, I think about a week ago, that talked about visiting the graves of my parents. I'm sure many of you have read that. And so, of course, one of the things you're supposed to do during the month of Elul is go to the graves of those you love. Remember your history. Remember your background. Remember what these people gave you. And of course, whenever you go to a gravesite to remember, it is a moment of reflection. We're also taught to begin all letters written during the month of Elul, I guess that also means emails in today's world, with wishes that the recipient has a good year. And often we use the phrase ketiva v'chatima tova, a good writing and a good sealing. And the idea is we're already telling people that we want to see their name in the book of life. We like to see their name sealed in the book of life. A few minutes ago, we sung a selection from Psalm 27. We are taught to do this every day. We're also taught to recite slichot prayers. If we were Sephardic Jews, we would do this every morning before sunrise. As Ashkenazic Jews, we do it once, Saturday prior to Rosh Hashanah, and we do it after the sun is set. So the Ashkenaz do it once, the Sephardim do it every day for a month. I think we got the easier way out. You're also taught to hear a shofar every morning, so if you own a shofar, pick it up and blow it. Wake up everybody in your house. The idea is to get that heart pumping again. And then finally, you're supposed to check your mezuzot and your tefillin. I think to me that's about looking at the details in your life. Because how often do we actually look at the mezuzah on our doorway and we say, okay, how old is that tefillin? Does it need to be, how old is that parchment? Does it need to be replaced? Do we need to rehang it? Do we need to paint it? Do we need to do something to it to make it look a little special? So as you enter Elul, think about visiting those that have passed. Think about beginning all letters with a positive greeting. Think about reading Psalm 27 to direct your day. Think about blowing the shofar. Think about checking the mezuzot and tefillin. And then later on in this month, join us for our Selichot service. We continue now with the Baruch Hu, and I'm going to quiz you all on those things later. We continue with the Baruch Hu found on page 146. Please rise, if you are able, and face the ark, the Baruch Hu.
Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai la lai 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 lai. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Remain standing if we are standing. We remain seated if we are sitting. We take a moment for the Shema. Let us still our bodies. Let's take a deep breath in. Hold it. And let it out. Another deep breath in. Hold it. And let it out. One more deep breath in before we recite the Shema. Deep breath in. Hold it. Let it out. The Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated, except for Noah and Sky, who are going to come forward and lead us in the V'Hafta. And the V'Hafta is found on page 154. You're going to join Joel at his podium. This is their warm-up for tomorrow.
Okay. It's also right here. I like that up here better because it's bigger. Where is it? I need to get it. One sec. Where is it?
The V'Hafta, page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך וכל נפשך וכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לעמך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך ושרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Shakoa, good job. Both are going to do a great job tomorrow, I know it. Good job. Good job. 58, page 158, to the Micha Molka, the song of joy that we sang after 400 years of slavery. No one likes enslavement. No one likes that burden. And when we're released from burdens, unfair burdens at least, moving forward into the light, moving forward into a desert that represents freedom, brought joy to their hearts and should bring joy to our hearts. The Micha Molcha, page 158.
Ya lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, ya lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefele, ya lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai. Malchutcha ra'uvanecha bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam zeli anu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefele, ya lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai lai lai.
Let's turn to page 160. Let's read the English in the middle of the page as an introduction to the singing of Ufros Aleinu. So let's read the English together, the middle of 160. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ufros Aleinu, starting at the third line on page 160.
Ufros Aleinu Sukat, Sukat Shelomecha. Ufros Aleinu Sukat, ופרוס עלינו סוכת, סוכת שלומך.
We turn to page 371 for the Misha Berach prayer. We say the Misha Berach for those who are ill of mind, body, and spirit. Tonight on our Misha Berach list, Sarah Mindel, Brian Gleason, Deanna Drucker, Jonathan Rich, Susan Vidal, Neil Mitchell, Lynn Newman, Ellen Gelson, David Dichter, Mark Goff, Scott Lindegard, Stephen Dobbs, Lauren Gauss, Brian Knopf, Dahlia Bretan, Richard Kahn, Phil Oberman, Fred Solomon, Bruce Newman, Robert Parks, Charlotte Cohen, Hector Fidel, Marshall Kaplan, Michael Cascone, Young Kim, Harvey Gilbin, Jonathan Matthew, Kathy Ryder, and Richard Barrett. We also think of those still held captive in Gaza, those affected by acts of terrorism, anti-Semitism, and bigotry, those caught in natural and unnatural disasters, those healing from all too frequent gun violence, those who are food deprived, those who are affected by governmental budget cuts, and all those caring for the ill. If you have an additional name for our Misha Berach list, please share it with me now. Misha Berach Avotenu V'Imotenu. May the God of our ancestors grant a fuah shlema, a complete and a full healing to all those named this evening and to all those we hold in our hearts. And together we say, the singing Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBeracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBeracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn to page 164 for the Amidah, also called Ha Tefillah. This is a standing prayer, so if you're able to stand, please do so. If you're not able to stand, let your soul rise a little higher. We turn to page 164 for the Amidah. Let's always remember to pray as if everything depends on God, but to act as if everything depends on us. Page 164.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומק נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו משני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We pray silently from pages 170 to 180. When you're done with your silent prayer, you may be seated. עוזי וזמרת ים ויהי לי לישוע. עוזי וזמרת ים ויהי לי לישוע. עוזי וזמרת ים ויהי לי לישוע.
לישועה. עוזי וזמרת ים, ויהי לי לישועה. עוזי וזמרת ים, ויהי לי לישועה. עוזי וזמרת ים, ויהי לי לישועה. וזמרת ים, ויהי לי לישועה.
A storm raged outside our classroom. And as fourth graders, we attempted to ignore the chaos, no matter how much it frightened us. And my teacher, Mrs. Ryan, continued teaching, acting as if the only thing that mattered was the placement of a noun before a verb when learning proper sentence structure. And there we sat in straight rows of chairs, 6 across and 6 deep, attempting to focus, attempting to be in control of ourselves, attempting to ignore everything but the lesson at hand. A sudden staccato ringing of the school bell destroyed the illusion of control. That sound told us that a tornado was approaching. It diminished our belief that the chaos outside our room wouldn't touch us, that we could continue on as we did on so many prior days. That sound opened our hearts to the reality of the situation. So we lined up, scared but pretending to be brave, and we marched into the hallway where we huddled on the floor in an area where tornadoes supposedly couldn't harm us. And the noise outside grew louder and louder, touching our souls, scaring us, making us aware of the power of nature. And just as some of us began to cry, a teacher started to sing a song we all knew, and we joined in. And through music, we found a comforting unity in the midst of a storm. Growing up in Kentucky, I spent time in hallways and in bathrooms and in basements with bells and sirens announcing oncoming tornadoes while storms raged outside. During these moments, our facade of safety was broken, leaving us exposed physically and spiritually, forcing us to reflect on our inner lives and what it means to be human. Loud noises can't be ignored. The sounds of a storm or a siren or a bell or a shofar, they can't be. They startle us, causing us to react. Often they shatter our sense of control, forcing our thoughts to turn away from the mundane in order to focus on bigger questions and to create connections with others, connections that were not previously present. Just like that song connecting a hallway of young students. During the month of Elul, we're taught to blow a shofar every day. And the goal of that shofar blast is to startle us out of our self-centered world and to think about the power of nature and the ways we can do and be better. But even as the sound startles us, it also reminds us that on Rosh Hashanah, we will gather together, pray together, sing together, and give one another comfort during a scary time. So while the shofar startles us into self-reflection, it also unifies us as a community. I'm guessing most of you have not yet heard the shofar this Elul. But at Kol Tikva, we sound the shofar every Friday night. And if you'd like to learn how to sound a shofar, how to open your heart and open the hearts of others, all you have to do is call our office or call Doug, because he's our Baal Tekiah, our head of our shofar blowers, and say, how do I join the shofar ensemble? Because if you've been here before, you know we have about anywhere from 10 to 20 people blowing the shofar in unison during our shofar service. So we need to open up our hearts, just like that bell during that tornado. And I'm going to ask Doug Meyer, our Baal Tekiah, to come forward. And I'm going to ask Joel to approach his bima. And before Joel does the blessings before the calls, I want everyone to take a moment and still their hearts. Take a moment and look inside. Ask yourself the question, how can I be better as the year moves forward? Take a moment, take a deep breath. And now the blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu lishmoa kol shofar. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Tekiah, Shevarim, Teruah, Tekiah, Yasher Koach, Mazel Tov. The only call we do not do during the month of Elul is Tekiah Gedolah, that is held for Rosh Hashanah. And now that your hearts are open, it's time for announcements, because we want everyone's hearts to be open for our announcements, so you can learn about our programs, our activities, and our services. Coming forward is Allison Lauterstein, one of our wonderful board members. I'm going to put you in front of the podium.
Hi. Shabbat Shalom. I'm so happy I got to meet pretty much all of you when you guys came in. I hope you're enjoying our evening here tonight, and thank you for being here. I would like to thank Rabbi and Cantor Joel. I'm reading this, and it's like cantorial soloist. I always go through this with you. Cantorial soloist Joel for tonight's service. And to thank James in the back, even though he is wrapped in a USC sweatshirt, we will forgive him that, and thank you for keeping the sound pitch perfect. Welcome to all new members and to all guests who have joined us this evening. And I would like to call up Sky and Noah, please. Hi. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees from Temple Kol Tikva, I would like to present you each with a Kiddush cup. And I would hope that in the years to come, as you become B'nai Mitzvah and you proceed in your Jewish life, that when you use this cup, you remember Kol Tikva and the community and the people who adore you and have known you since you were little. Thank God I was able to literally see you both when you were this big. And it is my privilege and my honor to be able to present this to you and to let you know that there will be joy coming from these cups and from the incredible, incredible work that you both have done. And Mazel Tov for tomorrow. You're going to kill it. I've known them since they're little, so. Membership renewals for this year have begun, and if you have not renewed your membership, please do so. Now more than ever, your support is needed so that we can continue to provide safe spiritual home for our members and for the entire West Valley Jewish community. Religious school registration is now open. The first day of religious school is Sunday, September 7th, and Teen Tuesdays start September 9th. The high holidays are approaching upon us, and our first service is Slichot, which is Saturday, September 13th. Join us at 7:15 for a study session with Rabbi Rebecca and Paige Beam, followed by wine and cheese and a service. If you are joining us, please make sure that you go to the website and register. Watch for our weekly emails for details of all upcoming services and events. And thank you to the Knopf family for sponsoring tonight's Oneg in honor of Sky and Noah's B'nai Mitzvot. And tonight's tzedakah will go to the West Valley Food Pantry, where Kol Tikva is a very, very proud founding member of the West Valley Food Pantry. There is a QR code on the back of your Shalom sheet to donate directly to the pantry, or to donate you may donate into the tzedakah box in the social hall on your way out. Please give generously. Be safe, be vigilant, and remember to take care of yourselves and to take care of others. Shabbat Shalom.
Okay, that's yours. We turn to page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. We begin with the recently departed. And we have to mention the names Fletcher, Merkel, and Harper Moisky, who should be remembered by the Jewish and Catholic communities, but also by anyone in this country, and obviously by all those whose prayers for gun violence to stop killing our children. And then we also would like to remember Marcia, who's remembered by the Ross family within our recently departed list. We also hold in our prayers the hostages and soldiers we have lost in the current Mideast conflict, those murdered by gun violence like the 2 children I mentioned, the innocents killed by senseless acts of warfare and violence, those that have passed due to floods, fires, and other natural and unnatural disasters, those that are no longer present due to famine, those who have died due to lack of vaccination and changes in standardized rational health care, and those that have no one but us to say Kaddish for them. On our Yortzeit list, we have the following individuals: Arkady Albin, Mahi Benyamin, Jack Bleckner, Margie Brenner, Cheryl Brooks, Alvin Cantor, Raymond Cavalieri, Gabriel Friedman, Hi Hoffing Gusto, George Podell, Donald Rosenthal, Sharon Rubin, Dove Rudman, Anna Siegel, Leonard Silverman, Judy Simon, Max Steifman, Mary Stein, Geraldine Suarez, Harry Thaler, Evelyn Bell Walker, Stuart Weiss, Richard Wildman, and Constance Yazpan. If you have an additional name for our Kaddish or Yortzeit list, please share that name with me now. If you're in the first 7 days of morning Shiva, we ask you to please rise. If you're in the first 30 days of mourning, Shloshim, we ask you to rise. If you're in the first year of mourning, we ask you to please rise. If you're observing a Yortzeit, we ask you to please rise. These are the mourners in our midst. We rise to show them our love and our support. We are on page 598. Yitgadal v'yikadash shmei Rabba v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlech malchutei v'chayachon v'yimachon v'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael v'galav v'zman kari v'yimru Yehei shmei Rabba mevarak le'olam olamei amaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha Baruchu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbachata v'nechemata, Damiran be'alma v'imru, Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru. Amen. May the one who makes peace on high grant peace to all who mourn, to all Israel, and to all humankind. And together we say, put your arms on the people next to you. We're going to do a closing song. Here we go.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Noah and Sky, can you stand right here? Hold this Kiddush cup together in your matching purple shirts. Face everybody as you hold it. Let's all hold up our imaginary Kiddush cups. Fill them some schnapps or grape juice or whatever you like. Here we go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri agafe.